the depression is real. I've never been one to admit depression, and it's something that's not easy to solve because it's not, you don't see it, it's not tangible. It's in your head, right? Most of it. What happened was I was losing the sense of, in Malay, peranan, like I'm not doing what I feel I'm meant to do. I'm not doing what I love doing, the other thing I love doing, which is obviously acting. It was getting that load of being useless. How do you deal with it in a healthy way, without spiraling down further than you already are from that depression alone, right? It can go one of only two ways. It can either get worse or get better. I was contemplating on, maybe I should start drawing again. So when they relaxed the lockdown, I rushed to the nearest art shop and I bought some art supply, and I came back and I started drawing, knowing that I had no acting work coming my way anytime soon. It was a coping mechanism. It was the best coping mechanism there was available for me then, and it still is the best right now. Drawing actually stimulated my thoughts and my emotions. I was drawing from the enjoyment of it. It helped me go through last year's MCO because I was really going into a dark place. I urge men out there to accept themselves. We're all vulnerable at the end of the day. You don't realize you're depressed until you're pretty deep in it, so it's hard. So it helps if you have good relationships with people, and you need to have friends around you, your support system that you can talk things out to. The support system for me is the absolute only best way to let things out, and check on myself, basically. And for those people who are mentally stable, always check in on your friends who might be depressed. And if you do think you need to seek help, please do. Professional help, okay? To me, that's a good step, right? There's progress. Every actor has his or her own process before getting into playing a role. Becoming that character much as you can, as much as you can believe it yourself. If it's a depressed character, you have to learn about that person's depression and the reasons for the depression. You have to learn how to be in control of it all. Basically, that's what it is. It's being in control of your emotion, when to release it, when to let go. That means when I learn about it, when I understand it, when I try to apply it in my acting, I have to know to use it. I have to know when to leave it and let it go and let it rest and get back to being me again. These are all part of the process. It all depends on how heavily you need to invest yourself into that character. It's like art, right? There's no end to how beautiful something can be. There's no end to how much you can be that character. Deeper you go into it, the harder it is for you to come back up and resurface. You have to be in control of your emotion. Basically, it's an exercise in emotional control. Your self-esteem now is based on what you think of yourself now. Things can and will change in the next few years. I've seen people who blossom, only later on in life. I've seen people who were pieces of hot cake in school and turn out looking less flattering later on. I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about just their persona, their person, just their achievements in life, right? The world's always changing. Different things trend over time. So your time to shine might not be now, might be later on. To me, just never lose focus on yourself. Never lose focus on your worth. Never forget you are always good for something. Everyone's worth it. Everyone's worth something. That was part of my problem. Part of my depression was comparing myself to others. Never ever think you're smaller than the next person. Try to maintain a certain level of fitness, because you maintain a certain level of fitness physically, it will affect all the others. It's like a tripod, right? Make sure your exercise is done for your, for your physical well-being, but also you need to kind of sleep enough, which I do when I'm not shooting, and your food. I try to keep a certain level of nutritional intake. I'm pretty strict about these things. Like I said, the tripod of my well-being, because I need to get these three things right to become decently healthy for the work I need to do. I'm stimulated and I'm energetic and I'm motivated because I'm actually doing something I thoroughly love. It's easier when you're actually dealing with work you actually love. And because of that, you do all the necessary preparations because you know that's going to help you in the long run. And when you're done, when we wrap a particular project, and if I've got a few days of break, I will make sure I will rest enough, eat more properly, sleep well on the days that I don't shoot. And then on set, you want to assimilate and to take in the energies around you. So that needs to be maintained, and going into work positively, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. There would be a difference if in a society where the males are always expected to provide, right? You know, as much as I try not to be too old-fashioned in my way of life, as much as I believe in equality, in that being a breadwinner doesn't necessarily have to be the man. But it's very hard to completely believe that, because as a society, you've been groomed. It's been instilled in you for so long that you should be the one to do the hunting and bring back the food and provide. So I guess, yes, once you lose that purpose, you lose that power to hunt, that power to provide, you know? So I guess subconsciously that affects me. I've never really thought hard about it because, first of all, I don't have a family. So I guess it's a lot easier for me, you know, who's single compared to, say, a friend of mine who's got kids to feed. I guess there's no surprise we have suicide. Yes, I am aware, and I'm very in tune with how a man is always, you know, expected in a society. I try to take away the stereotype. I believe each and every one of us, you know, we're just really, everyone's trying to find their ways, male or female. It's just that I guess women are just predisposed to certain traits and men are predisposed to others. But that, I think that shouldn't be the way, I believe.